I wasn't planning to go to the Halloween party that year. Honestly, I was exhausted, tired of pretending, tired of being the invisible one in a crowd of loud personalities and perfect smiles. Every year, my friends showed up as queens, vampires, influencers, and angels. And me, I was always the background character, holding someone's bag or taking their pictures. Until that night, my roommate, Hazel, had been thrifting for costumes when she found it, a black velvet witch dress with lace sleeves and a corset that shimmered faintly under light. It looked ancient, elegant, a little dangerous. It's perfect for you, she said. I laughed. For me, the one who gets scared of her own reflection. But something in her tone made me curious. She called it powerful, so I wore it, and from the moment the fabric touched my skin, I felt different. Confident, taller somehow, my eyes looked sharper, my voice steadier. When I walked into the party, people actually stopped talking. They stared, and for the first time in my life, they saw me. Compliments poured in. You look incredible. Where'd you get that? You should have dressed like this years ago. Even Luke, the guy the first had crushed on for months, couldn't stop looking at me. He said, you look unreal. And maybe I was, because after midnight, things started to change. The first thing I noticed was the mirror in the hallway. Everyone was dancing, laughing, screaming to horror music, but when I passed the mirror, my reflection didn't move. She stayed perfectly still, watching me, smiling. I blinked, looked again, nothing, back to normal. I told myself it was just the drinks, the lights, the noise. But then, Hazel whispered, you look different. Her tone wasn't admiring this time. It was uneasy. When I asked what she meant, she said, your eyes, they look darker. Like someone else's. An hour later, Luke pulled me aside. We were on the balcony, cold air biting through my sleeves. He leaned closer and said, you've changed tonight. I mean, you're amazing, but it's like you're not you. And maybe he was right, because I didn't feel like me. I felt powerful, unapologetic, ruthless. Someone bumped into me and spilled their drink, and before I could think, I hissed, watch it, with a tone I'd never used before. It sounded ancient, cruel. People started to avoid me. Even Hazel looked scared. I went to the bathroom to breathe, and froze. My reflection was grinning again. But I wasn't. This time, her lips moved. Keep it on, she whispered. They only love you when you're me. I ripped the dress off, trembling, and for a moment, I swore I heard laughter, low and echoing from the seams of the fabric. I threw it into the sink, turned on the water, and it hissed, literally hissed, like something alive. The lights flickered, and I saw flashes in the mirror, faces of women, old and young, wearing the same dress in different decades. The witch's costume wasn't just vintage. It was possessed, by every woman who'd ever worn it to be seen, to be powerful, to feel enough. I burned it that night in the backyard, watching the flames curl around the lace and shimmer. The fire crackled like laughter, high and wicked, before it went out completely. The next morning, I looked in the mirror again. No tricks, no whispers. Just me. But I'll admit something I've never told anyone. Sometimes, when I'm about to give up or shrink back into my old self, I hear her voice in the back of my mind. Soft, calm, powerful. Remember, she says, you don't need the dress to be seen.